Did you worry that Drake was too small when you recruited him?
No, not really. I mean, the main thing with inside guys is you like the, girth. And, he was, I think when we started recruiting him, he was right around 280, 275 as a sophomore in high school. So, I mean, I thought he could get plenty big enough. And, 6'2", sometimes you worry a little bit about length and things like that. But at guard and center, not so much. On the edges, yes. So, no, I didn't really think that was going to be an issue.
What makes him so good at his job? Stoops has said last couple of days he's sort of underrated.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, he's a gritty kind of throwback type player. He's tough. It's important to him. He's a very, he competes. He's a very, high competitor. And I just feel like, he's very smart, too. Picks up, the game really quickly. And and he studies it. So, I mean, I just think he has a lot of intangibles that make him a really good player, And his athleticism is underrated too. He's athletic as well, but all those other things, that really come from the heart, make him a really good player.
How'd you guys grade out on film once you reviewed it?
You know what? It was interesting because I didn't think we didn't grade all that well in the for about a quarter and a half. We didn't get off to a great start the other night. Had some penalties that set us back out of the red zone, which wasn't good. But then I thought from about the 3-minute mark on in the second quarter to the end of the game, they played really good, consistent football. So that was good to see them pick it up as the game went on, and the scores indicated that. We didn't score a touchdown until probably about that minute and a half mark in the second quarter, and then went on and scored 3 more in the second half. So I mean, a lot of times that reflects how we play up front, and so I think that showed up on Saturday.
What's the key to kind of cleaning up some of those early mistakes?
It's interesting because down at Florida we played really good early. I mean, we took the opening drive right down and scored. Against Murray State, played really good early. Took the opening drive right down and scored. This game we had a couple good runs right off the bat, and then things we just sputtered on a drive. The first penalty we had was just like we've got to be more disciplined. We've got to be more disciplined. You can't let your temper get the best of you. Obviously, it was a great atmosphere. Obviously, both teams were very jacked up for the game, and you just can't retaliate. I mean, so a guy shoves you, and if you say anything or do anything, at that point, it's going to be on you. And so that's where, Logan and the things, and that's what you love about Logan in a way, is that he has that fire and he has that tenacity, but you can't have it. You can't be reactionary out there and get a penalty, and that's what happened there. And then with Drake, it was a hold. He's blocking a really good defender in Simmons, obviously, and his hands got really from the start got outside of his frame. When those officials see that, whether you really restrict the guy or not, you're subject to get called for holding, and that's what happened. So both things are very correctable. We just got to clean them up a little bit.